I have a confession to make. I didn't need to buy it, and yet here we are. Hey, it's eCat. Think electronic cat? Yeah. Welcome to my edit by eCat. So, here are my babies. I have purchased Medicube Age-R Booster Pro Mini. Why am I confessing? I already own a Medicube Age-R Booster Pro, and I use it quite frequently. So curiosity got the best of me, and I decided that I want to try the mini version and compare the two. Previously, I might have mentioned that because I mainly use the booster function on the Age-R Booster Pro, if I had the chance, I would just go for the mini instead, because it only has the booster function, and therefore I wouldn't have to spend all the extra money on the Pro version. I think I've changed my mind. So I now had the mini for a few months, and I have discovered a few things. Let me compare the two and share my observations, and hopefully you will find them helpful. Okay, so first things first, I feel like the mini version is so much more ergonomic. It is lighter and obviously smaller, so it is easier to maneuver and hold. Now that I've tried the mini, my Pro seems heavier than ever. Just for that reason, I might have reached for the mini a little more than I did for the Pro. What you will observe is their heads are quite different. Apart from being lighter and smaller, the tip of the Pro is almost double the size of the mini. And what I love about the mini is it kind of has this angled tip that makes it so nice to get in all your curves and crevices. It just fits nicely to glide over your face and a little bit more maneuverable. So for that reason, I felt it was easier to hold and just easier to swipe through because it's lighter, it is smaller, and that angled tip is just divine. Especially areas around the nose and around the eye. I absolutely loved using this. The other part is it's really hard to use the Pro around my neck, and I felt that the smaller tip and the angle was actually nicer to use around my neck, just of how small the footprint is. I haven't managed to use the Pro that much, bringing it down except for my jawline. This one is so handy to just do a pass over my neck. So I feel like I was getting a little bit more out of the tool than I was from the Pro. But the mini is less powerful than the Pro. And after using the Pro, the mini seems weak. It seems weak to me. I enjoy using the booster function on its highest setting on the Pro, which is 5, and it just gives me that kind of sensation that I find invigorating and almost soothing. I can feel the intensity and the strength, and I do enjoy it. The mini is just nowhere near that. It felt ticklish at best on its highest setting. I just didn't feel the power or the intensity that I grew to love so much from the Pro. So it almost posed a dilemma for me because I enjoyed the size, the footprint, the ease of use of this tool, but it just didn't give me the same sensation that I had from the Pro. Now that I've tested both of them, I can definitely say that this is a beginner tool. I wish it just had the same strength as the Pro. It's brilliant if you want to dip your toes and try out a beauty device. You don't know whether you're going to stay consistent. You don't know whether you're going to love it. Therefore, it's just a perfect entry-level tool. It's brilliant for consistency. It doesn't have anything else. It has only the 5 levels of booster function, and then you can change the LED from red to blue. There is no other bells and whistles, therefore it's really straightforward and a no-brainer. So you don't have to think about anything else. You don't have to think about using it on any other function, making sure you use it every single day to get your money's worth. Also, the Mini being weaker, it's an excellent tool for your neck. The Pro is a little bit large, and I would have to change strengths around my neck, that's for sure. The Mini was perfect to use all over my face and also bring down to my neck. I would avoid the middle area and then just do the sides. If I had the choice of the Mini back when I was considering the tool, I think it would have been a serious contender, just so I can trial to see whether I like it and whether I can stay consistent with it on a daily, weekly basis. If you're advanced and you're looking at devices, looking at using them on the regular, then the Pro is for you. The Mini is good for someone who hasn't tried any devices in the past and they don't really know whether they're going to stick to them or not. I'm speaking from experience because I've went through the gouaches and jade rollers and LED masks from Amazon. And at some point I had to be really honest with myself and let them go. I like the idea of the tools rather than actual tools themselves. But here I had a proven concept. I had a tool that I already used on a regular and I just added the Mini version. So no regrets. But I think the Pro is still worth it for a lot of people. Thinking back to when I was buying the Booster Pro, I wanted it for several reasons. It's supposed to be several tools in one. I was after the booster function to help penetrate the skincare deeper with electroporation, but also I was after the microcurrent function inside this device. It was unclear whether microcurrent was worth it for me. Booster Pro allowed me to try the booster function and also try the microcurrent function. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of EMS. And on top of that, there is the AirShot mode. So for me, that was a discovery of all the different possibilities that I can use whenever the mood strikes me. It is truly a device for somebody who's a little bit more advanced in their skincare game. It offers different modes that are perfect for just day-to-day maintenance, but also lifting with the microcurrent in the EMS. And yeah, you have choices at your fingertips. Now that I'm laying all of this on the table, I actually think, and this is my maximalist brain thinking, I would have still gone for the Pro one over the Mini because I still would have wanted to try all the different modes. One function is just not enough. My maximalist soul wants it all. Try it all, assess it all, and see if it works for me. I think both of these are great. I think I'm in the camp of owning both. Is it excessive? Maybe, but I kind of use the two interchangeably. And I actually traveled with both. I've traveled with the Pro when I went to Japan for a month. It didn't bother me that it was that big. I recently traveled with this one and I loved it as well. It's nice to have a travel version. It is definitely a little bit lighter, a little bit easier to sneak into your bag. For me, I love having them both. Sometimes it's really, really hard to choose. Which products do I use both of these with? I usually use them only with hydrating and soothing serums. I don't go near actives when I'm using these, and I don't go near creams. I know you see a lot of people on social media using it as a last step of the skincare routine, trying to penetrate everything. No, I would usually use them during the serum stage, as long as the serums are hydrating and soothing. And I would apply a serum and then do a pass, and then I would apply another layer of a different serum and do another pass and another pass and another pass. So until the 5 minutes runs out. Oh, that actually is a good point, because the Mini doesn't have an LED screen. So you'll have no way of knowing how much time you've got left while you're using the tool. I didn't realize this until recently. With the Pro, I would do first pass and I will put the tool down, and because it doesn't come into contact with your skin, it pauses until you pick it up again. I can see on the screen how much time I've got left, and roughly time each layer to be a minute long. The Mini is calling out how much time you've got left, so you kind of have to wait till you have that feedback coming from the device. Yeah, on that front, I think the Pro wins this one, because you can be quite deliberate with your skincare routine and how long you use it for and with which serum, whereas this is a little bit more generic. It's only recently I've been using this one, and as I was going over my face, I was like, oh, how much time do I have left? Do I do another layer, or do I have to finish here? I know it's a small thing, but it really matters at the end of the day. I hope you enjoyed this mini review. It just helps me alleviate my guilt for owning 2 devices rather than one when they do the same thing. But I have no regrets. I love both of them, and I will continue to use them for the foreseeable future. What are your thoughts? Do you own the Mini or do you own the Pro? If you love skincare that feels fun with lots of steps and 0 regrets, then hit subscribe and come back and hang out with me again. But don't go just yet. If you still got some time, I hope you stay and watch this next video. I'll see you again soon.